Okay, all right, our next comedian. And I am going to try to pronounce this last name. Is this you, darling? Okay, I'm going to try to, but I'm from Georgia. We don't do this well. But I'm going to try. This is the lovely and beautiful Miss Hannah Mentrikoski.
Yes! So I recently started Manjaro. So anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's pretty much Ozempic's sibling. And if you're wondering how much I've lost, I've been on it for 1.5 years, and I am up 15 pounds. What the hell? So I ended up making an appointment with my doctor, and I'm like, hey, I don't think this is working for me. I'm like, do we have any other options? She's like, oh, you mean the most effective drug, weight loss drug of our time isn't working? I'm like, no, it's not. Any other options? And she's like, how about we check out diet and exercise? I will stop you right there. It doesn't work either. Any other options? She's like, you know what? Why don't we just up the dose and we'll see if that works for you? I'm like, all right, let's do it if that's what you recommend. So the medicine comes, but I already had an outing planned for the next day that happened to include Shady Maple. If anyone knows, that is the country's largest buffet. And then in the evening, I had tickets to a dinner theater that also had a buffet. So I was up for the challenge. So I take the shot, I go, first buffet done, I'm feeling okay. Actually, that's a lie, no one feels okay after a buffet. But I feel okay. Second buffet, I'm in pain. I'm like, this has to be side effects. I don't think it's the buffets. There's something else. So I call my sister and I'm like, hey, I need to message my doctor, tell her I've got side effects. She's like, well, what did you do today? I'm like, oh, well, I went to some buffets. She's like, some buffets? I might have. She's like, you send that email telling your doctor you went to 2 buffets. You're having side effects? She's like, that email's definitely going around the office. Speaking of siblings, I'm the youngest of 3, and as we entered our 30s, we were all married, settling down, but no one was having children. And I guess we didn't want to give our money and free time, not really sure. But I remember sitting at my grand's house, and we're watching QVC, because that's what you do. And I told her, no, she looked over at me and goes, Hannah, she's like, I really think it's time to pull the Goldie. And I'm like, I didn't know what that meant right away. She's like, you guys don't. I found out it was get rid of my birth control. And I'm like, Graham, I think I need to have that discussion with my husband. And she's like, no, you don't. You just have to act surprised when you're pregnant. Okay? So lucky for me, on April 1st, which was Easter, but also April Fool's Day, my brother and his wife announced that they're having a child. And I was like, whew, all right, good there. But if you do want to know how many times you have to ask a pregnant woman if she's joking about her pregnancy before she cries, it's 4 times. At this same dinner, they started talking about names, and I said, like, what are you thinking? What's a boy? And they're like, we're thinking Nickel. And I said, Nickel? And they're like, no, Nickel with an N. I don't think that helps at all, but I'm like, whatever you want to do. So I was like, I better give them nicknames. I'm like, oh my God, you could call Little Michelob Light. Nickelback. And I think that pushed it over the edge, because not only did they not name him Nickel, but they never used the name, and we couldn't find out until he was born what his name was. Like, they didn't want any more nicknames. So they called and they were like, it's Lincoln. And I was like, oh, thank God. I'm like, Lincoln Park, much better than Nickelback.